What's up? Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about jerkbait rods. It's that time of year, really jerkbaits any time of year anymore, but we're going to talk about some rods. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like this content. Like I say in all my videos, this channel is about bass fishing tackle and gear and trends and just things that I'm experiencing fishing as I'm going out fishing as much as I can. And lately it's been a jerkbait bite, so that's a great thing. It's a great time of year to throw a jerkbait. Like I said though, I mean, a jerkbait has become a year-round thing, especially with live scope. You know, it just used to be a pre-spawn deal. I mean, you used to throw them, cold water only, letting them sit for a long time. But with forward-facing sonar, we learned that they will eat them anytime, and they're great for that. So I've been doing that, a little bit of that, but also, catching schooling fish. So throwing a jerkbait. I'm throwing a lot of smaller jerkbaits right now. I'm throwing the Vision 110 Junior +1. I really like that one. It gets down quick, a little smaller profile, but I'm also mixing in some other jerkbaits as well. And I've been playing around with a lot of different rods, and I've really settled on one that I use for all my jerkbaits. I actually have two of these. It's a Phoenix Maxim. It's a 610 medium heavy. Now Phoenix, I don't know what it is, but all their rods are a little bit heavier, or I should say they're lighter than what they say. So medium heavy is like a medium. If you get a heavy, it's like a medium heavy, and so on. I mean, they're just a little bit light for what they say. But the 610 medium heavy Maxim, it's a $120 rod. It's actually their lowest price point rod. A lot of other rods they have are, $179 or $200 or more. This is actually their lowest price rod that they make, which is kind of interesting, but it also makes sense because when you're using a jerkbait, you really don't have to have a very sensitive rod. Really it comes down to the action and the power and how it casts and everything else, but you're not trying to detect those bites. It's not like you're fishing a jig on the bottom or something where sensitivity is really key. You can get away with a cheaper rod for these instances, really crankbaits and stuff like that too, just because you're not having to feel the bite as much. And I actually just wrote an article on this with Justin Lucas, the pro, and he had kind of the same theory that I've come across, is you'd rather spend money on the reel if you had to do it. Obviously he doesn't have to buy anything because he's sponsored by Abu Garcia, but when I was with him doing some content a few weeks ago, he had an Abu Garcia Veritas, which is again about $100 rod, and then a $400 reel, the Abu Garcia Xenon, I think it was the MG something, one of the newer models. So, even though he has the choice, he likes certain models. And that's kind of how I am, and this is what I've been fishing, is kind of the same thing. It's a cheaper rod, but the length is great. 610, I really like that. Of course, you're ripping the bait. A lot of people call them rip baits, but jerkbait, you're jerking the rod down. A shorter rod does make a difference, even a couple inches between a 7-foot and a 610, or between a 7.1 and a 610. I mean, it's a big difference, a couple inches when you're ripping the rod down. So I like the 610. I really like this Maxim. I've been using it. Like I said, I've kind of settled on it, but I've been fishing it for a couple years now as a jerkbait rod. I also throw small poppers on this rod. You can throw little walking baits on it, and the action's kind of a moderate fast. If you look at it where it bends, it's bends right up here, so that's kind of more of a moderate fast, which I like for a jerkbait. You don't want something that's too fast of an action. You want to be able to, when you rip the bait, to have a little bit of give in the rod. But overall, I've been really impressed with this. I do use a lot of Phoenix rods, but I have all different kinds of rods, all different brands, but this rod is perfect for a jerkbait. Like I said, I have two of these now because they're so good. I have them both with Chronarch MGLs just for consistency, but it's the exact same setup. So whether I'm throwing a Stunna, or like I said, that Vision 110 +1, or the original 110, or the I'm a Flit, or any of these jerkbaits that I like, this rod can do it all. So if you're looking for a jerkbait rod, I really like this one. I've turned a few of my buddies onto it as well, and they like it as well. It's just a quality rod for about $100, 110, 119, somewhere around that range. The prices did go up recently, but really quality rod. And again, if you are looking for a new rod and reel, I would spend more money on the reel and maybe save a little bit on the rod as well, because you don't need to spend tons of money on a jerkbait rod. But yeah, that's a good one if you're looking for a new jerkbait rod, the Maxim 610 medium heavy. And again, it's really more like a medium. Thanks for watching.